Hello, my name is Aubrey, and today I have another giant book haul. You guys, I was really hoping that I wasn't gonna have to do another one of these quite so soon, but I can't seem to stop buying books, so here we are again. I have amassed quite a lot since my last book haul, and this doesn't even include the just ridiculous amount of manga that I've bought in the last few months. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm going to have to do its own video because I went a little bit crazy, but I wanted to haul all of these books first because it's getting out of hand. I bought one of those carts, those carts that you see on Instagram that like normal people use for their TBRs. And I've been using mine to like store all of the books that I need to haul so that I don't just keep piling them on the floor. So it's just kind of all chaotic in this little cart next to me, and I'm just gonna be pulling stuff out the best I can. We have got a lot of really fun fantasy in here, some sci-fi, and just a little sprinkling of horror. So strap in. I think this is going to be a long video. I'm going to try to start with the thrifted books and work my way up to, like the special editions like I did last time. But like I just said, it's all kind of a chaotic mess, so I'll just, do the best I can. And let's just get started. There's a lot to go through. The first of which I have to show you is this fun copy of Isaac Asimov's The Complete Robot. This is a bind-up of a few different things. The back says, "The Complete Robot combines the stories of iRobot and the rest of the robots, with many more found only in this collection, including one of Asimov's masterpieces, the Hugo Nebula award-winning novella, The Bicentennial Man." Yeah, it's not clear what all is wrapped up in this, but I have been meaning to get into Isaac Asimov's writing for a long time. He is just a classic sci-fi writer, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to get into his like robot stuff or his Foundation trilogy. So yeah, I was really excited to find this. Next, I found House of Hollow by Crystal Shutterland. You can still see some horrible sticker residue where I tried to get the sticker off. I found this for half off, and it's like a brand new book. So I couldn't believe that. I was so excited when I found it. This is a YA horror, and I've just been hearing fabulous things about it. I actually started reading it this spooky season. I didn't get that far into it just because I had so much else on my TBR, but I really enjoyed what I read of it, and I can't wait to read the rest of it. This is so far just kind of a creepy tale about a group of sisters who went missing, and then they come back, and all of this like mysterious weird stuff started to happen to them. Excited to finish it. Again, I've heard such good things about it. Next, I found this copy of Amulet, Book 1, The Stonekeeper by Kazu Kibuishi. And this is a middle grade graphic novel series. I've actually already read this volume as well as volume 2. I read them a couple of years ago, and I really enjoyed them. I think that the artwork is really charming. This is the same illustrator that did those US recovers of the Harry Potter series. And this is just a fun little fantasy series, and I was really enjoying it. I've been wanting to continue on for a long time, so I was really excited to find this volume for super cheap. Hopefully, get the rest of the books. This is about these two kids who find a magical amulet in this old house, and they get swept off into this like magical, fantastical adventure. It's been a while since I read it, so I'm a little bit hazy on the details, but I really enjoyed it when I read it. Yeah, next I picked up this copy of The Lie Tree by Frances Hardinge with illustrations by Chris Riddle. And if you're familiar with my channel, you will know that I absolutely love Chris Riddle's illustrations. He is just my favorite. This book is out of print, and it is decently difficult to find, so I was really excited to find it for, again, a good price. I love these illustrations, and I cannot wait to read this. This is a fantasy standalone, and that's all I know. That's all I know. But yeah, can't wait to get to it. This is just a beautiful book. It's not in, the best condition, but considering that it is an out-of-print book and it would be really hard and expensive to find like a brand new or like new copy, I am really happy with it. And it's even got like the little ribbon. Yeah, super excited about this. Next, I found a copy of The Fate of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I had thrifted a copy of The Queen of the Tearling in my last haul, and so I was really excited to find this. This is the third book in the trilogy. It was only $5, so I picked it up. It's in pretty good condition, and I am really looking forward to getting to this trilogy. So after I found that, I decided to go online and track down a copy of the second book. Now, I wasn't paying attention, and I ended up ordering an ex-library copy, but that's no big deal. I'll probably just end up like cutting off the plastic, which will get rid of these, you know, stickers on the spine and stuff like that. Again, I think I picked this up online for $5, so I really can't complain. Next, I thrifted some middle grade, and you guys, you have no idea how excited I was to find these. I picked up Ink Spell and Ink Death by Cornelia. I think it's pronounced Funke, but I always said, you know, Cornelia Funk. I loved Cornelia Funk when I was a kid. I read like every Cornelia Funk book that I could get my hands on. And I, you know, when I was young, I had no idea that there were sequels to Inkheart. And I only discovered that there were, you know, more books in the series in my adult life. And I have been searching for hardcover copies of these to go with my hardcover copy of Inkheart for years. And it's not like you can't find them, but you can't find them in good condition. It is really hard to find these like that look even remotely kind of okay. At least that's been my experience. And I found both of these on the same day. They were $3 each, and they look, I mean, not brand new, but they look great. Oh, I lied. They were $5 each, but you know, whatever. Like I said, I've been looking for these for ages. I cannot wait to finish this trilogy, to reread Inkheart because it's been forever. I've also recently discovered that there were more books in the Dragon Rider series too. I thought that was just a standalone, but apparently there are 2 more books, so I might need to track those down as well because that was another huge favorite when I was young. So yeah, oh my gosh, so excited about these. And then next, my fiance and I found these 2 books in the Peter and the Starcatcher series. This is Peter and the Secret of Rundoon, and this one is Peter and the Sword of Mercy. I read Peter and the Starcatchers when, again, I was, you know, in middle school, and I remember absolutely loving it. And again, it's a case where I didn't know that there were more books. They may not have been published at the time. I have recently discovered that there are in fact more books, and my fiance has actually been listening to the audiobooks for this series. So he was really excited to find these. He was like, oh, I've been listening to those books. They're really good. So yeah, we picked them up for our collection, and we were really excited to find them. These were in fact $3 each. The covers have like a fun little sparkly shine to them, so yeah. Okay, these next 2 I think are it for the thrifted books, and again, these were such an exciting find, you have no idea. I picked up Rise of Empire and Heir of Novron by Michael J. Sullivan. I have had, what's the first book in the series? Theft of Swords, sitting on my shelves for years. And I have not touched it because I really, really wanted just to have the whole series and binge it because I've heard that it's really bingeable. And I've just been holding out because I knew if I waited long enough, I would find some copies in a used bookstore that would be a great price. And I did. I found them both on the same day. I couldn't believe it. And they are just in great condition. I was so excited to find these, and I am really, really looking forward to finally getting to the series. I know it has quite a fan base. I've heard that the bromance between the 2 main characters is really excellent. So I've just really been looking forward to it for a long time, and I hope to get to this sometime next year. Okay, again, I think that's it for all of the thrifted books, so now I'm just going to be kind of picking randomly out of my cart. First up, I have Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis. This is a first contact alien sci-fi story, and I picked it up mostly because I really, really love Lindsay Ellis. I have been watching her since she was the Nostalgia Chick, and I absolutely love her. I love her YouTube channel. She does just wonderful video essays that are so entertaining. And yeah, I really wanted to pick up her book and support her. I think her next book is coming out soon. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a duology or if it's going to be a longer series, but I'll probably be picking that up at some point. Next, I decided to pick up the Wayward Children books by Shauna Maguire. I have been reading these this year and absolutely loving them, and I knew that I wanted them for my shelves. Not only are they absolutely beautiful, but the writing is gorgeous, and I think that these worlds that she has created are just so stunning and interesting, and this is a favorite series of all time now, so I wanted them for my shelves, of course. I bought these when Target was doing their buy two, get one free sale, so I got a couple of these for free. I already randomly own Down Among the Sticks and Bones, which is why it's not here. I've had that one for a long time. I don't remember where I got it, but I have the complete set now. It's very exciting. Next, I picked up Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I actually bought this for my fiance. He read it either last year or the year before, and he really, really loved it. And so I picked up a copy for him to have on his shelves, and because I'm also interested in reading it, so I thought I would include it in this haul. I'm so sorry that I'm not giving synopses for most of these books. It's just, one, there are so many to get through, and two, I don't know that much about them. I tend to not like to know a whole lot before going into a book. So the tagline for this book is, "The Mayan god of death sends a young woman on a harrowing, life-changing journey in this dark fairy tale inspired by Mexican folklore." He really liked it. I've heard pretty good things about it here on BookTube. Next, I picked up The Hand of the Sun King by J.T. Greathouse. I bought this because of Petrick. He gave this 5 stars. He's been raving about this on his channel. It's an absolutely gorgeous book. I really wanted the hardcover, so I ordered it from Book Depository. Again, I don't know too much about it, but I really trust his opinion when it comes to fantasy books. I'm not sure if this is a standalone or if it's supposed to be, the first book in a new series, but I'm excited to check it out. Next, I picked up Anyway the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell, and I also bought another copy of Carry On because of reasons. Mostly, I just really wanted a matching set. I have the old yellow edition, and the spines were just bothering me so much, and so I am really happy to now have a matching set where the spines all look really good together on my shelves. It's fine. This is a favorite series of all time, so I don't mind having multiple copies. I absolutely love these covers. I love these books. I have a full series review if you want to check that out, just gushing about these, but yeah, I think these are fantastic. Next, I have A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. I have been wanting and meaning to get into Becky Chambers for a long, long time. I decided to start with this novella because, one, it is beautiful. It looks so lovely and autumnal, but I've also heard that the story is really charming and lovely. Looking forward to getting to this at some point. Next, I picked up Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I have just heard such fantastic things about this book, and I really wanted to grab a hardcover before it goes out of print. I don't know if it will, but sometimes with adult fantasy, things get dicey. So this is just so gorgeous. There are these pretty maps on the end papers. I think book 2 is coming out next year. The tagline for this one says, Book 1 of the Between Earth and Sky trilogy, inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas and woven into a tale of celestial prophecies, political intrigue, and forbidden magic. A god will return when the earth and sky converge under the black sun. So yeah, like I said, I don't think I've heard a single bad review of this. Look at it glow. And then I also decided to pick up The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. Again, this is the first book, I think, in a new trilogy. And similarly, I just wanted to get the hardcover while I still could. Again, I don't know if it will go out of print, but I just wanted to have it just in case. This has something to do with bone shard magic, and it sounds really good. Again, I've heard great things about it, so decided to hoard it for my collection. Then I picked up We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars by Hafsa Faisal. And these were actually recommended to me from a subscriber. This is a YA duology that I think is pretty well loved by the people who've read it. So yeah, really looking forward to these. Then I decided to pick up this stunning edition of The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I knew that if I held out, there would eventually be, you know, a beautiful special edition to collect, because this book is just widely popular and widely acclaimed. So I am really looking forward to it. It's got beautiful metallic end papers. It comes with this little fancy ribbon. This is the 10th anniversary edition by Bloomsbury. Yeah. 10th anniversary special edition featuring a new foreword by the author. So yeah, it's so gorgeous. I'm completely obsessed. Next, I have some books that I have already hauled on my channel before, but I made a mistake, you guys. I made a mistake, and you'll see. I decided to pick up the UK editions of Wondersmith and Hollowpox. These are absolutely stunning. The pictures on Book Depository do not do them justice. Like, you cannot see how shiny and beautiful they are in the picture. So I decided to rebuy them, not only for how shiny they are, but also, just hold on. If you haven't seen this before, this is gonna blow your mind. Underneath the dust jacket is like this hidden cover. Look how pretty that is. Oh. Oh my God. They're so stunning. Unfortunately, a hardcover copy of Nevermore is really hard to track down, but I'm happy that I have these two, and from what I've heard, this is going to be a really long series. So even if I never, you know, am able to find a copy of Nevermore, I'll be happy to have like a majority of the series in these beautiful editions. Oh my God, they're so stunning. So yeah, I will be finding my US editions of these books a new home. And these will be taking over. Next, I picked up this absolutely beautiful edition of Mort by Terry Pratchett. I really want to get into Terry Pratchett. I have been for a while, and get into his Discworld books. I decided to start with Mort because it's just been highly recommended. I really wanted to read this over the spooky season. I didn't get to it, but I may still pick it up soon anyway, because there are just so many books in the Discworld world that I don't want to procrastinate too long. I think there are like 40 plus books in that series. So anyway, hoping I'll love this. Next, I picked up Lovecraft Country by Matt Ruff. This, again, I bought for my fiance. He read this and really enjoyed it and was wanting a copy for his shelves. I have also read this book and enjoyed it, so it's a fun one to have, and I just love this edition. I think the cover is so cool. If you're looking for good horror around the spooky season, I would recommend this. I thought it was good. It was kind of like a bunch of short stories that all sort of culminate at the end. Next, I have some Stephen King books that I'll quickly go through. I'm so sorry this video is so unorganized. First up, I have The Green Mile. This is about someone in prison. That's all I know. Next up, we have Dr. Sleep. This is the sequel to The Shining, which I just read and finished, so I've been meaning to pick this up. I want to read it while that story is still fresh in my head. Next, I have The Dead Zone. I don't know anything about this one. Then I have Billy Summers. This is his newest release. This is about a hitman who only kills criminals. And the last Stephen King book is The Institute. This is about like special kids that I think are being experimented on. I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure. Next, I have some copies of Alice in Wonderland to add to my Alice in Wonderland collection. I picked up this one, which is illustrated by Andrea D'Aquino. It's got these interesting watercolor illustrations that are sort of abstract, and I thought it was interesting. Again, if you're new to my channel, I like collecting editions of Alice in Wonderland that have different illustrations to them, so I was happy to find this one. And then I also, of course, picked up Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Found There, with illustrations by Chris Riddle. Who could have guessed? I hauled his Alice's Adventures in Wonderland in my last haul, and I jumped for joy when I discovered that he was also illustrating Through the Looking Glass. So I am just so happy that these exist, and I am so happy to have them in my collection. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I love these illustrations. So yeah. Okay, next up, I decided to treat myself to the Truth Witch box set. These are the redesigned covers. I absolutely love them. I've been eyeing this box set for a while, and Target was having their, buy two, get one free sale. We have Truth Witch, Wind Witch, and Blood Witch, all by Susan Dennard. And again, I love these new recovers. I love the matte finish. I just think they look so nice. I have really been looking forward to getting into this series. I'm gonna wait until that last book is out, but I think it's supposed to be published next year. The fourth book just came out this year. This is just a well-loved YA fantasy series. A lot of my favorite booktubers, this is one of their favorite YA series, so I've been looking forward to reading it, and I was really happy to get these editions. Next, I picked up The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and oh my goodness, you could use this as a doorstop. This is an enormous book. Oh, it looks like it's only 800 pages. I would have guessed over 1,000. So this is a gorgeous standalone fantasy, well loved here on BookTube. I won't lie, I am completely intimidated by it. Next, again, during Target's buy two, get one free sale, I decided to pick up a whole trilogy, and that is the Red Rising trilogy by Pierce Brown. I am probably the last person on the planet to have not read these. I am formally apologizing for that. These are definitely going on my top 10 list for 2022 of, books series that I need to read. All I know is that it's a sci-fi fantasy about blood. Yeah, okay, so people with red blood are of lower class, and then people with gold blood are higher class, and I think they also have magic. We're following a main character who is a red blood, but also somehow has magic. Just well loved, well read, and excited to read it for myself. Up next, I bought a giant box set of Throne of Glass. I also have the Nerdy Ink dust jackets, and I'm going to tell you my whole story around these dust jackets and around these books because it just was quite a saga, I think, and there are several of them to show off to you, so I'm just going to chat while we're looking at these beautiful dust jackets. So the series Throne of Glass. Everyone and their mother has read Throne of Glass. This is just one of the ultimate BookTube darlings. When I first found BookTube, this, Throne of Glass was it, y'all. This is all anybody was talking about. At the time, I was really looking forward to reading it. I was very swept up in the hype, but I kind of wanted to wait until the whole series was finished because that's who I am as a person. But the thing is that by the time that seventh book, are there 7 books? Yeah, by the time that 7th book had come out, the conversation around Sarah J. Maas and around this series was so controversial. I don't know. It's people either think this is the best YA series of all time and they love it and they hold it in just high regard, or they think it's absolute hot garbage. There's just no in between. By the time that last book had come out, I had sort of lost interest in the series because of all of the discourse. However, when Nerdy Ink announced these dust jackets all the way back at the beginning of 2020, early 2020, February, January or February, I looked at these dust jackets and I said to myself, those dust jackets make me want to read this series. So Nerdy Ink advertised these dust jackets on Instagram, and I came back day after day looking at them and talking myself down from buying them because I didn't own hardcover copies of Throne of Glass. But, on the very last day, in a moment of weakness, I ordered them. And my plan originally was to thrift hardcover copies of Throne of Glass, because before everything happened, you could find, there were copies of Throne of Glass, of the Throne of Glass books in used bookstores everywhere. I used to see them all the time, and so I thought it was going to be super easy to collect all the books for a good price, and then I would recover them in these gorgeous dust jackets, and it was going to be a fun time. And then, the world broke, and I didn't go to another used bookstore for a long, long time. And these dust jackets came in, and they have just been sitting sad and cold on my bookshelves. And even when the world opened back up again, you cannot find copies of any of the Throne of Glass books anywhere. Not even paperbacks. They are nowhere to be found. Finding them used is just impossible right now. And so while Target was doing their 2-buy-2 get 1 free sale, I thought to myself, okay, I need to just bite the bullet and pick up these books, because it's been nearly 2 years since I bought the dust jackets. And I need to just go ahead and, I just need to go ahead and buy them. So I start looking on Target, and Target only has a handful of these hardcovers in stock. The others are not available. So I'm uh-oh. So I check Amazon, and again, a bunch of them are out of stock. There are some that you can still get, but others are totally out of stock, and they're going for way over cover price even for these books. Now, I don't know if they're out of print. I don't imagine that they are. There is currently a paper shortage going on, and I think, they're probably just not being reprinted at the moment, but this is such a popular series. I don't think they're completely out of print yet. However, I was definitely starting to get panicky, because I bought these dust jackets and I wanted some books to put in the dust jackets. And so in a last ditch effort, I looked up to see if there were any box sets available, and what kind of ridiculous price would I have to pay to just go ahead and pick up all of the books at once. I don't know what God was smiling on me that day, but I found this whole box set with all of the books in it for $80. That's $10 per hardcover book. I was just in complete disbelief. I saw that price and I added it to cart and I checked out. And then I was there's just no way. I'm gonna get an email being I'm sorry, your order is canceled. This is ridiculous. And then I got the notification that it had shipped, and even at that point I was it's not gonna get here, or if it does get here, it's gonna be all banged up, or there's gonna be something wrong with it. There's just no way. But they came, and they're fine, and they were shrink wrapped, and there's nothing wrong with them. My dust jackets finally have a home. And it's just kind of unbelievable, honestly. So how pretty are these covers? These are, again, by Nerdy Ink. I have bought 3 sets of dust jackets by them before, and I love them so much. They are absolutely stunning. They and they alone have made me want to check out this series again. So yeah, hopefully I'll like it after all of the effort and time that went into getting all of them, but yeah. Okay, we are almost at the end here, guys. I'm going to speed through these last few books. These are all special editions, that most of which I got from my Illumicrate subscription, except this one. And this is Redemptor by Jordan Ifueko. This is book 2 to the Raybearer duology. It's absolutely beautiful. Hardcover copy. It's got these fun stenciled edges. So yeah, really looking forward to this duology. The June book for the Illumicrate subscription was The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. It is absolutely beautiful, gray and red, It has these stenciled edges. It's got the beautiful, I don't know what you call this, embossing on the naked hardcover, and it's got a hidden dust jacket underneath. I just finished this book yesterday. I really enjoyed it. It's this very magical, fairy tale-esque folklore story about a pagan woman in a village who was born without magic, and so she's kind of ostracized for not having magic. One day, some woodsmen come to the village to take the village's seer, and our main character is sent off with the woodsman in her place. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend if you enjoy fairy tale folklore type books, you will really like this one. The July book for Illumicrate was She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I was so excited to get this in the book box. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got these pretty little ombre sprayed edges with the clouds. So the top is this bright yellow and the bottom's the burnt orange. Again, we've got the naked hardcover, beautiful art inside the dust jacket, an absolutely gorgeous edition. This is the first book in a new trilogy, duology, I'm not entirely sure. It's Mulan inspired, and that's all I know. I've heard really good early reviews for this, and yeah. And the August book was The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovalino, and this I think is a dark academia book. Can you see this sparkle? There is a slight sparkle on these gold, I don't know what that is, but it's very pretty. I hope the camera is picking that up. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I don't know any booktubers who have read this. Again, this is another one that I was hoping to get to kind of over that spooky season, but I didn't get to it. Hopefully I will get to it next year, but this is a stunning edition. All right, and then the September book for Illumicrate was Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. Look at those stenciled edges. Look at them. Look at the shiny spine. Look at the naked hardcover. This is just about the most beautiful book that Illumicrate has sent so far. It is absolutely stunning. They outdid themselves. Bravo, round of applause, goodness gracious. What a gorgeous book. I don't know if I'm going to be reading it. I just really don't know how to feel about J. Kristoff, and I kind of have an inkling that I'm not going to vibe with his writing, but this book is so pretty that I really want to give it a try. I mean, Robin Hobb blurbed it on the back, so I don't know, but it is really stunning. And then lastly, our final book in this book haul is Iron, I almost said window, not window, Iron Widow. And I'm so sorry, I am not entirely sure how to pronounce the author's name. Jiren J. Zhao. I'll try to hold it up so you can read it for yourself. I'm sure that I butchered that. But anyway, this was the October book. It came with these stenciled edges, beautiful naked hardcover, and again with this beautiful dust jacket art. I love it. Also, can we just appreciate this author's photo? I love that. But yeah, this is actually YA. I thought for sure this was another adult fantasy. It's a new YA fantasy about revenge. Oh, maybe it's sci-fi. I'm sorry, it's sci-fi, not fantasy. I think this is a start to a new series. Okay, we have reached the end to this epically long, very chaotic and messy book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have read any of these books, where I should start. I always have such a tough time prioritizing what to read. So yeah, please like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to see more from me. I hope to see you next time. Bye.